The woman watched in horror as her child was run over by her husband's first love. When she gathered evidence to sue the first love, her husband, the top lawyer in the industry, blatantly covered for her. Not only did he provide false testimony to help her get away with it, but he also twisted the truth, accusing the woman of deliberately killing their son. He personally sent her to prison. The woman, devastated, asked her husband why he did this. After all, it was their biological son. But when she screamed at him, he chose silence. The first love wasn't satisfied after sending her to jail. She bribed people inside to torment the woman horribly every day. The woman thought about ending her life more than once, but to understand why her husband did this, she endured it all. Finally, after 4 years, she was released early for good behavior. On the day of her release, her husband didn't come to greet her. Instead, he joyfully spent time at home with the first love celebrating their illegitimate child's birthday. Seeing this scene, the woman finally got her answer. Her husband had long betrayed their relationship. He became an accomplice in the murder of their son, and had a child with the first love. At that moment, the woman's anger, built up for 4 years, erupted. She angrily grabbed her husband's collar, demanding an explanation. But he said the past was set in stone. Now that she was out of prison, why couldn't she just move on? But the woman couldn't let it go. After all, her son was dead. She was unjustly imprisoned for 4 years, while the murderer lived freely. Seeing this, the first love stepped in, claiming the woman had no right to blame her husband. She insisted all the mistakes were the woman's fault. In a fit of rage, the woman slapped the first love, telling him to stop pretending to be innocent. Her husband, seeing this, was heartbroken and scolded her to stop. At that moment, the woman's disappointment peaked. Feeling hopeless, she calmly asked her husband for a divorce, but his response sent chills through her. He said she couldn't have half of his assets, not even for a second. Moreover, he claimed she was the one who cheated first. The woman was confused and didn't understand his words. What she didn't know was that the mastermind behind this was the first love. She had forged evidence to say the woman had betrayed him and the child wasn't his. And the blind, foolish husband never thought to verify it. He believed the first love's one-sided story, thinking the woman had betrayed him. He believed she only got together with the first love for revenge. So, when their son was killed by the first love, she didn't even feel sorrow. The woman wanted her husband to explain what he meant by betrayal, but he didn't even bother to explain and turned away. The woman could only drown in her grief, staring at her son's photo. She regretted ever falling in love with her cold-hearted, cruel husband. Fortunately, things soon took a turn. The lawyer who had helped her 4 years ago found her. He confessed he had always felt guilty for not winning the case. So, for the past 4 years, he had secretly investigated. Eventually, he found evidence of the first love's crime on a dashcam from a car at the scene of an accident. He gave the evidence to the woman. Immediately after receiving it, the woman went to the lawyer's office. She was ready to reopen the case and make the first love pay. But soon, the first love and her husband found out. The first love, of course, wouldn't allow the case to be reopened. She ordered people to seize the evidence and arrest the woman. The woman begged her husband to return the evidence, for the sake of their son. But he was furious, claiming their dead son wasn't even his. He added that he had known 5 years ago that the woman had cheated. It turned out, 5 years ago, a senior who had admired the woman was about to leave the country for treatment. Before leaving, he asked the woman for a hug as a farewell. To escape his advances, she reluctantly gave him a hug. But unfortunately, her husband saw this moment. And with the first love's manipulation, he believed the woman had betrayed him. So, not only did he stop the case from reopening, he also destroyed the evidence on the spot. He